Yo, what is going on YouTube? I am Germ here as we get into the last week of the spring split regular season for the LEC. I think now is a really good time to kind of look back and evaluate some of the moves we saw from this past offseason. Obviously, offseason is a huge thing for my channel. You know, we spend months kind of theory crafting different rosters, going through all the hypothetical situations, all the different roster moves that could happen, what we think would be good, bad, whatever. But now we've seen almost an entire regular season. You know, we have, 2 games left for all the teams. Some teams' fates are already sealed. Some teams still have a lot to play for. But some of the moves, we're starting to see just how well or poorly they worked out. And in this video today, I wanted to talk about what I think is one of the biggest mistakes in the entire offseason from any team, any player, anything out there. And this is coming from Team BDS's own Adam. So, definitely drop a like if you guys do enjoy this video. I think it should be a fun one. I think it should be an entertaining one. But also, I think there's some good discussion to be had here, and like some good, kind of hypotheticals and what could have been potentially. And subscribe to stay up to date on my latest content. Help us run those numbers up. That would be absolutely insane. I think 48, 49, 50, somewhere right around there, percent of the people that watch my videos aren't subscribed. So, hey, if you're here watching anyway, might as well subscribe. Help us out. I'd appreciate that a ton. With that being said, let's get right into this. So, Adam had a crazy past couple of months. Really, just a crazy, last year. Getting to come in the summer split, doing what he did for Fnatic. I think he led the LEC regular season in the summer split in solo kills. He had ups and downs. He had great moments, like all those solo kills, and big carry performances, and Fnatic was a good team. Obviously, beating G2 in the playoffs and actually getting to go to Worlds was crazy. Adam showed a ton of talent, a ton of promise, a ton of potential, and executed on that potential at times. Now, yes, he had some huge mistakes, some huge blunders. He looked like a rookie, absolutely, at some moments, but people were excited for him. People were hyped for him. He was a great prospect on a good team, and a team that it seemed like for years to come had a chance to do something in the playoffs and potentially even internationally as well, because, they had some very good players like Upset and Hylissang, potentially one of the best bot lanes in the world. They had kind of the next generation of talent in Adam. They were a good team now. They were set to be a good team then. Obviously, that all went crazy at Worlds when, Upset had whatever happening, and then Adam comes out, does his twit longer, talks shit about Upset and his wife and all this craziness. And then, again, this is where I want to start talking about the worst decision of the entire offseason was made in Adam asking to be released from Fnatic, asking to leave Fnatic. Absolutely crazy. And that brings us to where we are today of, the reason I thought about this is because BDS was playing Fnatic. Adam goes 2-5 on Aatrox, against his former team in Fnatic, going up against Wunder, who was, the G2 top laner, who they had all the drama and the beef and the Yuumi top and all the memes that came out of that added to kind of Adam's lore and legacy and everything like that going on. Wunder gets to come in, he gets to replace him. Wunder ended up with a great deal. He got to go from getting kicked from G2 to Fnatic being, they're first place in the LEC right now? Yeah, they're 12-4, first place in the LEC. Obviously, Wunder was on a team last year that didn't even make it to Worlds, and now he's in a great position to not only maybe win another LEC title for himself, but go to Worlds again and be on a team that could potentially do something at Worlds. And he's playing a big role on this team. He's not being a huge major carry. He's playing weak side top lane a lot of the times, but he's doing what the team needs him to do. He's a good veteran. He's a leader in some ways. He has all that experience, and he does his job very, very well. He does what Fnatic needs him to do. They have massive carries in Upset and Humanoid. They have a huge playmaker in Hylissang. They have a very, very good jungler in Razork. They don't need Wunder to go crazy. They don't need him to pop off. He can play, 15 Gragas games, and as long as he does a good job of that, he can be very, very successful. And on the other end, Wunder got to make the move from G2 to Fnatic. And on the other end, you have Adam asking for his release and going from Fnatic to Team BDS, who, again, Adam not doing that great. Team BDS not doing that great. They are 4-12, literally the exact opposite of Fnatic. Adam was on Fnatic, a team that is now 12-4, and had a chance to do something in Worlds, had a chance to compete for LEC titles, had a chance to further his legacy, help him develop further. He got to play around an awesome team in an awesome environment in an awesome organization. So many players out there are dying to get an offer from Fnatic, dying to get to play for Fnatic, not only because they're, one of the better paying orgs, they're a successful org, they have a legacy, they have a huge fan base, you can grow your brand, you can grow everything, and they usually perform pretty well both domestically and internationally, and you get to play with great teammates, and obviously League of Legends is a team game, so when you play with great teammates, you win more, you get to look better, and you get to potentially make more money, get better contracts, you get to further your career and legacy in every single way. Adam chose to give all of that up to go to BDS, a team with no branding, no legacy, a huge risk, a bunch of young rookie players. Yes, some of his friends and stuff, and some guys that he played with in the ERLs and on K-Corp and all that stuff. And, he was getting to play with Grabs, who was a legendary coach. And there was definitely some positives. In some ways it made sense, but not if Fnatic was an option for you. Now, obviously, we did hear a little bit about Fnatic potentially looking to replace Adam. I know that Fnatic reached out to Alphari, and they were maybe looking at that angle. I know they had talked with Cabochard as well, but I think that was after Adam had said he wanted to leave, and I think the Alphari stuff was before Adam wanted to leave. But it does seem like there was some world in which Fnatic was fine with running back Adam. They were still going to go get Razork, they were still going to go get Humanoid, and they were probably going to be overall a better team than they were last year, even with Adam still in the top lane, and they were still pretty good last year. Going into Worlds, people had high expectations for Fnatic before all the upset stuff happened, before the team, kind of mental boom, before the team exploded. And again, I think Humanoid is an upgrade over Niski. I think Razork is an upgrade over Jungle Blippo. So this team could have been good. So I think there is a world in which, hey, Fnatic would have reined back Adam, because again, Adam had some hype and promise behind him. He made some mistakes, he had some low moments, but he had some very, very high moments as well. And this is just absolutely insane to me. This is one of the weirdest decisions of the whole offseason. Now, there was definitely some other players and teams and stuff that made weird decisions, but man, how costly is this decision and going to end up being to Adam? Because people went from loving him, and there were so many memes about him, and people were so excited about him, and his future looks so bright, to now, some people are saying he should get demoted to the ERL. Some people are saying he isn't playing at an LEC level. Some people are saying that Adam sucks, he's, terrible, whatever. And I think a lot of it is obviously the team around him. Some of it is him just playing worse. Some of it is, I'm sure, the stresses and pressures of the whole thing. Him trying to do too much on a bad team. Maybe he got some ego and stuff from last year and thought it was going to be easy. Maybe, he took the season easier, whatever. I don't know. But when you look at the stats sorted by KDA, this man currently literally has the lowest KDA in the entire league at 1.8. He's got a lower KDA than Promiscu. He's got a lower KDA than Gilius. He's got a lower KDA than everybody in the LEC. I mean, that is such a fall from grace. Not that stats are the end-all be-all, not that KDA is the end-all be-all, but, it just shows that Adam is, performing as one of the lesser players in the entire league. You look at his laning stats, gold differential at 10, one of the lowest in the league, XP differential at 10, CSD at 10, all these things, he is towards the bottom of the league. He is not having a great split. And I just have to think that if he was on Fnatic, everything would be a lot different. If he never got mad at upset, if he never did the twit longer, if he never asked to be, released from Fnatic or removed from Fnatic or traded from Fnatic, I'm just thinking, how much did he hurt his career? How much did he hurt his legacy? How much money did he just cost himself? How much longevity in the scene did he cost himself? Are we ever going to see Fnatic, or are we ever going to see Adam back in a position as good as he was in on this Fnatic roster? I don't know. It's just really, really crazy. And I feel bad for this kid because obviously, he's just kind of like a young, dumb kid who made some mistakes and made some bad decisions. But man, you have this Fnatic team and this Fnatic roster you could have been a part of, and instead you're on this BDS team. Again, the difference between 12-4 in first place and 4-12 in last place, you're literally only a game better than Astralis. You had two options in front of you. That's insane. Such a bad career move, such a bad personal decision, and I think it's going to cost him a lot. I think it's going to be a major, major regret from him. He's losing a ton of money, potentially years on his career, success, championships, world appearances, life experiences, so much stuff because he was mad at upset, because he had to, call out the best player on his team, one of the best players in the league. I don't know, super, super crazy stuff. But seeing BDS and Fnatic play today, seeing Adam play against Fnatic today and go 2-5 and have all these low moments just made me think of like, wow, what could have been, how crazy. and how big, weird, and dumb of a decision and mistake by Adam. But that's pretty much it for this video today, guys. Definitely drop a like if you did enjoy it. I would appreciate that so much. Leave a comment down below. Let me know what you think about this whole situation. Do you think Adam is going to be able to bounce back from this? Do you still think he's a great prospect? Do you still think he's going to be a future star? Or do you think, that's all behind Adam now and he really kind of fumbled the bag? I don't know. I'd love to hear your guys' thoughts and opinions. Subscribe, stay up to date on all my latest content. Hopefully catch you guys in the next one. But until then.